If they knew what it took to get to this point, then they realize it takes more than warm-ups and stretch joints. Flip the coin, heads and tails, them bars get disappointed. It's the difference in the atmosphere when I run the point. In the post, I'm a beast of shotter. Go hard in the paint, Southside's Waka Flocka. A jerk with a platform, make me the chief rocker. And nothing is possible while my closest partner. Lame seeking shelter from this ratchet storm. This the formula, baby.
What's up, y'all? It's the Jay Hendo Show, and I got a special guest with me this week. Hey, man, don't be out there drooling. Keep your tongue in. But this my girl, Yeee. What's up, baby? What's going on?
Buddy.
Let's pop and tell everybody who you are, where you're from, where you're at, whatever you want to tell them. Just introduce yourself.
I'm Yee, you guys. I'm from Chicago. I'm the podcast princess. I have my own podcast as well. Pretty much I talk about lifestyle content. I do interviews with artists. I pretty much air that bitch out. I got a lot to say, and I'm pretty much unfiltered on my show.
And be unfiltered tonight, because anything goes. Tell how it is, because today we talk about the shortage of men and women in the damn dating pool. What is your thought on that? What is the dating pool like to you?
It's a shit show. It's horrible. It is horrible. I've been single for almost 5 years, and I would say in the last 2 years I've really been trying to do the dating thing. I actually did a whole episode on dating. I got 3 specific dates that I talk about. And it's a shit show, Jay. It's horrible.
Oh, shit.
There's a fucking shortage out there.
Specific dates. I ain't gonna put you on blast unless you want to talk about one of them.
Let's do it. Let's
go ahead. Let's do it. Let's talk about one specific date. What happened?
He shot out the motherfucking window. I know.
Get the fuck out of here.
We bending blocks and shit. I'm about to be a motherfucking accomplice to something that I didn't want. I didn't ask for that.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah.
The day, you know what I'm saying? Did he open your door that day? Did he open your door? Did he get in the car?
No.
You know that motherfucker's a shot out the window if he opened your door.
Man.
So you about that shit. Did y'all even make it out to where I was going to, or he just fucked the date up before it started?
So it was my birthday, and he had it planned out. And I won't lie, he had it planned out. It was really good overall. It was an amazing date. Great vibes. Conversation was there. But on my way to drop me off, he saw something that apparently I missed because he's saying, you didn't see what I saw. They were at us, and I'm like, what is going on? I know that I wasn't intoxicated. Like, I didn't have to,
Right.
What are we doing?
So he was like, babe, we had a good day. You know what I'm saying? I really feel it.
Man.
What? Motherfucker.
Yeah, it was Jay. I'm telling you, like, I'm in my 30s, okay? Like, I like a bad boy, but goddamn, like, what are we doing? We bending blocks and shit now because we think people are after us. That is not the vibe. I had to cut him off after that. Overall, it was a great date, but that is something I don't want to deal with.
Hey, you know what?
You're a hothead. What are you doing?
I gotta make a reel for that one. That is one of the most wildest dating stories I ever heard.
You see my dilemma? You see my fucking problem?
Damn. Like, no. He thought he was gonna second date after that.
Man, I don't know, but I couldn't look past it. I really couldn't. Like, there was no going back from that. Like, you putting me in certain situations that I'm a home mom. Like, what are we doing bending blocks, sir?
He's like, baby, you're gonna need this Teflon.
Like, I'm gonna sing like a motherfucking bird if we get caught, because I'm not going to jail for nobody. So yeah, that was one. And I would say that topped it. That's the worst.
I don't think nothing. I ain't never heard. That's one of the worst dating stories I think I ever heard. Like, imagine being imagine a woman. If the woman is imagine sitting chilling. You vibing. You know what I'm saying? You vibing. And then this motherfucker just starts shooting out the window.
It caught me off guard, Jay. I was like, what the fuck is going on? You didn't see what I saw. What is... Oh, Lord, get me out of here. I'll walk home. Fuck that.
That's crazy, because I don't think nobody's going to top that dating story. I'm
telling you, it's horrible. Like, and you know what? I feel that like I said, I do like a bad boy, but goddamn, like I like you to look like a bad boy, not actually implement shit.
So you
You
want
know what I mean?
you want a guy that looks like one, but don't have the character and be shooting outside the window like one.
You know?
Oh, you ever seen New Jack City?
Yeah, of
So
course.
you don't want the Nino Brown. You
No,
want the Rock.
no,
The G Money. You don't want to fuck the G Money and Nino Brown. I got you know. So
no, that's dead. Like, like you live and learn, right? Back in the day, maybe that was what I was attracted to. But as you grow older, like that's not where it's at. I'm a home mom. What are we doing shooting out the fucking window? Like, that's not cool. So
that's Donna in the comments. What's up, Donna? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. So, but no, so check this out, right? That's one of the wildest dating stories, and I'm gonna have to go back and do a reel so people can watch this show because that's the wildest shit I think I
I'm
ever
telling you.
heard. Like when you like my facial expression was a true.
I know.
It was a true facial expression.
I
Like
know it was. Imagine me in the fucking passenger seat. Like,
how
what?
many times did he shoot?
Like 3-4 times, blah, blah, blah.
How many?
It was like that many. I
Damn,
was
he
like, no, we're not
wildin'.
doing this. We're not. There's no
For
second
y'all,
date. There's
for
no
y'all,
way. There's
for
no
y'all,
way you're getting a second date.
for y'all just tuned in. I thought I heard one of the wildest dating stories. Uh, Yee said she's on a date and everything was cool. You know what I'm saying? It's a birthday, and dude on the way home saw the ops and the motherfuckers just started shooting out of the window at the ops right there do the date. So I don't know if any one of y'all got any worse stories than that. I'd like to see somebody top that shit. I fucking give you.
It's so bad.
I treat you lunch if you could top that damn story.
Right, for real. Me too.
We go on. I'm like, damn. So, damn, that story threw me off because I
I'm
don't know.
telling you, Jay is that bad. And that was just one. I have 3 shitty dates on that episode. Y'all tap in.
Yeah, I'm gonna know it. And I don't want them to tell all the dates. Just tell them how to tap into your show to hear the other shitty dates. Because do those dates top this one? The one you just told us
No,
about?
that came in at number 1.
Hey, tap in. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have you send a show so I can share it
I
so they
got
can hear the shitty dates. Because I'm like, man, I need to.
Yep.
Donna, you on here? Need to share your shitty date stories. I want to see who got the worst. All the women who watch to see who got the worst fucking dates.
There's definitely a shortage out there. Like,
I used to think it was women, right? And I used to be like, you know how men attack women in social media and everything. I used to think it was women were the issue. So then I'm looking and I'm like observing man and I'm seeing how like emotional they are. I'm like, damn, women do really have a problem. And I'm seeing how men are like becoming more feminine. Women like men probably dress in leggings more than the women do nowadays and wear a fucking purse. Like,
for real. Yeah.
could you call a dude your king and his clothes tighter than yours?
Right. No.
I'm just asking. No disrespect to women out there wearing motherfucking leggings, so whatever the fuck you want to call them. But I honestly though, we need more soldiers out there, more men that lead, and women don't have men leading them. And I said this plenty of times on previous shows that women are forced into leadership and more masculine roles because of the lack of men.
Right.
Now, boys, lack of men we have that had those leadership skills and stuff. So I'm gonna ask you a question.
What's up?
Do you think the pandemic kind of like tampered or kind of killed the dating world? Was there any play, do you think? Your personal opinion.
I don't know. I was actually still married during the during the pandemic. I was actually we were parting ways that just, but I don't know. Like I was fresh out, if anything, during the pandemic. So yeah.
I have a perspective and I want you to hear your comments on each perspective that I get. So during the pandemic, we forced inside the homes, you couldn't go nowhere, and social media was like the way of meeting women if you were single. Social media was like everybody's everything.
Right.
Do you think that it declined the social skills, especially for younger men in the dating world?
Oh yeah.
So like you could practice like meeting a woman, talking to them and everything, but during the pandemic that kind of killed the dating world, the social skills. So do you think the men are less outgoing now after the pandemic than before the pandemic? What do you think they're less outgoing right now, or you don't think no change?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
I feel like COVID made everything weird.
I told you before the show I was outside doing
I'm
COVID.
like,
I was
yeah, right. Me too.
I was
Like, we were
flying.
flights, $50 tickets. What
I
we
was
doing? We
at a
in
whole like on a whole road. Like fuck the plan on a whole road. Put a mask on, I had a whole road to the back and shit. Atlanta, Richmond, Vegas, Denver, San
Yep.
Diego. I was everywhere.
I feel you.
But so man, I think they think dating is more like or women, do you think dating is a job interview?
It shouldn't be. I think it has to be natural. Like you should fuck with that person naturally. It shouldn't be like pulling teeth. Like what are we doing? I don't want to like interrogate you to get, you know what I mean? It should
Right.
just be a natural vibe.
But some people, so I think some people, men think, or women too, more men, I don't know, they think that dating is like a job interview and everything more than anything. But I think that the dating thing has changed. You don't have like traditional ways because men are the pursuers. We pursue, right? But now men is saying some men, I'm gonna say men, those are boys, but for the show, I'm gonna say men, they want women to pursue them and kind of tie them down. But then you got women that want to be so masculine, and I don't know. I'm trying to like find the median and see what the hell is wrong. And I really can't. But I'm gonna say this: men are more the problem, and that's because of the things going on in society. Um, let's talk about like get back to tight clothes and the purses and shit like that. The man's wear like the
Right.
society is teaching to be more feminine, and I know women like yourself want a more masculine man. So how can you come back there? Because I think that with that, it's more men and less men in the dating pool because those men are dressed like that. Society is pushing them to be like homosexual and everything, and it's less out here for women to do that. You know what I mean? To get them a good man. So I think it's hard now for a woman than it is for a man. Now, it's harder for a woman. It's easy for a woman only if they looking for sex.
Right.
If you're looking for sex, oh man, be like, blah, hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'll be honest, like, and it's not to sound like, conceited or like I got it like that, but the reality is if I really wanted it, I'll line them up. Which one? Like it's
Right.
that fucking crazy because that's all they're in it for,
And
So yeah, it's crazy.
so, but
It's
but
crazy.
if you're looking for something more long term and serious, then
Right.
the fucking pool just started to
Right. Because I always tell them, they're like, you're in lust with me. You're not in love with me. You don't, out the gate, like they're just lusting. Like, how about you stimulate my mind? We have a conversation aside from the looks, right? Because attraction is one thing. Fine, we do have to be physically attracted to each other. But I think it goes deeper than that because if we can't vibe, if the conversation's dead, what are we doing? I'm gonna get bored. Like
right.
you gotta stimulate me some other way.
I got a question for you. This I know some of the ladies is watching probably answer this too. Do you think there's a lack of economically attractive men with stable jobs and good incomes? Do you think there's a lack thereof? Or does it matter to you? Does it even matter?
It doesn't matter to me. No. To be honest, I've typically been the breadwinner, like the majority. In my marriage, I was always the breadwinner. So it doesn't really matter to me as long as I know that you got my back. Like you're not going to get a free ride either. Like you're going to contribute in some way. Because, the reality is one of us is going to be the breadwinner, whether it's me or you. You know what I mean? But how are you coming? Are you just kicked back and just chilling? Or like, are you actually contributing in the way that you can, So yeah, I don't think it matters who's the breadwinner as long as you guys are,
Working
equals.
together,
Like,
equal.
yeah, for sure.
So that comment that I would a question I asked is mainly for like women. They kind of look for a guy with a good economic status first, with a stable job, a good income. I don't think that most women today are looking to like get to know a man and to get like mentally like acquainted with a man, on that level. It's what they got. So a lot of men speak with what they have.
Right.
They'll have good communication.
I've seen it with certain friends and stuff, and not to put them on blast, but I've seen it where you want the lifestyle. You want what he can fund, right? The trips, the handbags, the lifestyle. Because if he can't take care of me, then it's like no. Like you should be able to finance yourself first of all. And you guys just meet each other and we spoil each other. How about that?
Right.
But a lot of the times a lot of women, and no shade, but it is what it is, some want to be taken care of. They want that stability and that security. I can't be that bitch. Like I've always been to get it myself. You know what I mean? Because if
Right.
I allow a man to feed me, guess what? He gonna starve me whenever the fuck he feels like it. So it's either we're 50-50 and it is what it is.
So would you have a problem? You said 50-50. Would you have a problem if a man came in and like not forced herself to make you take a back seat, but just did stuff? Because I know a lot of women have a problem when they meet guys that's like real catering and real old school. They have a problem accepting and adapting to that guy. Like,
Right.
if you had a problem, because you saying 50-50, would that be an issue for you if a guy be like, hey, yeah, like, we good, you good, I got you. Like, if you have
No,
an entire,
because I'll play it smart. Okay, fine. You want to take care of me? Great. Because then we could fund other shit, right? Let's invest in shit with my income or somewhere somehow. We gotta make like just that wealth. It has to be when we're sleeping, we making money. We could kick back and retire earlier. So it's like if he wants to take care of me, fine. But I'm still not gonna stop working per se. I can't do that. I just
nah, I don't, when this economy in this world, back in the day, I think a woman could stop working, but the way this world works and the way shit can happen the next day, I think it's best to have the both incomes in the house
right.
because this world is tricky and things can happen.
Right. And
So
if he wants to take care of me, then hey, so be it. But we're also going to invest my earnings into something long term. You know what I mean?
now a lot of women, like you said, they want to be taken care of and they don't want to touch their money. But a lot of women, you know what I'm saying, they don't really provide as much. They so focused on a man economic status and what a man got. But it's like, what does a woman bring to the table? What can a woman bring to a table? What can she provide? I heard a man say this: sex. Other than sex, what can a woman provide? And I'm gonna ask you as a woman, respectfully, I'm not being disrespectful, but I want to know because somebody asked this man asked this question before the show, and we were talking, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna ask on the show. Just watch, and we get an answer from a woman. I can't say it. I'm a goddamn man. But besides sex in a relationship, what can a woman provide to make a man feel at ease?
I think, I'm old school with it. So I want to cater to my man.
Mhm.
I just want to make sure you're taken care of, right? Have that dinner plate ready for you and things like that. Now, I do feel that sex is an even exchange. We both getting ours at the end of the day. So for somebody to feel like they're higher than, like, no, you got yours and I got mine. So what's the problem? We're equal. Like it's an even exchange. So when you bring sex into the equation, that just don't make no damn sense. You know what I mean? Like it's a
Right.
it's an even exchange.
I put him out story a few days ago. When a man loves. I'm gonna have a segment. I'm gonna call and put on my story when a man loves. So I start out with a man loves. He's not focused on sex. He's seeing you. He's looking forward to having fun. He's looking forward to doing like these extra things and planning and whatever. And I think that a lot of women they meet guys and these guys come up short of giving them what they want, and women wait and they wait and these guys ain't they're not coming forward. And I'm gonna
Right.
say this: when a guy loves you and the guy wants you, he's gonna take your ass off the market before another guy approaches you because he's valuable. Now, because you're valuable. Now, if a guy don't understand your value and don't realize it, you got to make him realize it. But then again, it may be too late. A lot of women stick around and get these guys like an extended amount of time and unofficial commitment. You know what I'm saying? And you know what men do with unofficial commitments? No, that's they hall pass. They still do what they want to do,
Right.
and they can
Cake
always.
and eat it too. They want their cake and eat it too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's like I had this conversation over and over. It's like because of the dating pool, this is why men do that. So I'm gonna share with you my fish analogy, and I think a lot of people use a fish analogy, but it's gonna be the Jay Hendo's fish analogy. So, right, let's say me you let's say me you going fishing, right? You throw your damn hook in, you know what I'm saying? You get you a fish. You get you a guy, right? This is a good guy, a good dude, but I need this. Then the dating world, the thing is, you can't immediately throw your fish back in there because if you got something good and it's great and it's for you and you think you get something better, you got to keep that. That's how I was looking for women that date pool with men. Keep what God blesses you with the right way. Men, we can throw our shit down and we can be like, this is good for me. I love it, but I'm gonna just they can throw it back in there. That's why men go between women and women. They don't commit because
Right.
it's a lot more out there. It's a lot more women willing to commit and they want to be in relationships. They want families and everything. And men can play this part and they can play this part, or they can be like married and get this, and their wife accept that. It's because society is just making it so like rare to find a real man who leads, especially when leads spiritually, which is so important. And we just have the lack thereof as men. So like I would say for a woman, if they met like 10 dudes or 15 dudes, you may get one out of that 15. Where if a man met 15 women, you probably get like about 5 women that's pretty this wife material. I don't know. What's your analogy on that? I don't know. I might be wrong. That's
What
my unofficial stats.
What's the question?
So like out of 15, let's say you met 15 dudes, right? Just random 15 men. No, just random. How many? What's the likely you think you'll find out of those 15 dudes? How many dudes you think that would be like men, actual leaders?
Honestly,
Yeah.
none. None. And I know it sounds harsh, but I have men approaching me on a regular basis. And I don't want to be repetitive as to what didn't work for me in the past, right? Because if something's wrong here, like it didn't work in the past, why would I go back to something similar, right? So now I have a certain standard where it's like, no, I can't date that type of man because it just didn't work for me.
Right.
And they approach me in the same way, like they just have their way, and it's not alpha, it's not gentleman like. I'm just like,
What
I'm
they
waiting
say?
for
Hey,
it.
baby. Hey,
they're not
Sade.
trying to they're not trying to court me properly. For me, when they're asking me on a date, it's dinner, maybe even something slight like a picnic or coffee date,
Oh,
ice
so
cream
you doing
date,
Starbucks?
ice cream date,
That's that.
Starbucks right there. But when I get asked out, it's like, hey, let's go out for drinks. And I told you about this, Jay.
Right.
I was like, no, 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 that's not a proper date. If you're trying to court me properly, it just sounds like you just want to get me intoxicated so you could see if you could hit later, because that's what drinking does, right? We're not naive to it. One drink after another, you're feeling each other, the vibes are there. Because you're intoxicated, it's gonna go somewhere where maybe you're not ready for, and it's all just the drinks. Like, no, no, no. My mentality now is like, I'm dating with a purpose. So I don't accept dates that are like, hey, let's go out for drinks. I just won't do it.
So drinks has got to be Starbucks. Ice
Now, I'm
cream.
not saying I'm closed off to a drink during dinner, right? We're adults. Like, we can
Right.
have wine or a drink during
But you're
dinner.
not going
But
to a bar.
for you to take me out and think like we're just gonna go to the bar and kick it, like, no, we're not doing that.
I don't think a bar is a proper date anyway. Like I think
It's
the bar
not.
happens when you're in a relationship and you want to go get drinks and like, hey babe, let's go to the bar. Let's go get a bar, grab something to eat, grab some
Right. And
stuff.
that's different. You've already established something with that person, so that's a totally different vibe than trying to get to know somebody. It's like, nah.
Yeah, so I think about that. A lot of men just saying doing the right thing, as far as the dating world. So obviously, from talking, I said men have better options in the dating field. Uh, but I say this about one thing about men, though, especially real like legit dudes, and I'm gonna speak as one of those guys. One thing that a man fears before settle down, is that like if a man fall in love, which is rejection. Now, not talking about rejection like when you meet a woman, you ask them out, they reject you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about getting beyond that. When you start to catch the true strong feelings and you really feeling that person, a man gets soft. Even the strong man, they get real soft. So it's like the fear is, it's like, yeah, I love this girl, so I want to do this for her. I want to buy these roses. I want to get these roses. I want to make sure she's good. But see, a lot of men fear being used because there are women out here that's very scandalous, and they have hurt these dudes. And we dudes, we ain't gonna go around here like, man, she hurt me. We not. But what we do, and they call it damage. We will take that damage, and it will keep us to getting over the next step with the next woman that might be legit. So if you ever meet a guy and everything is good, whatever, and he just seemed to be like stuck, and it's not your fault. And I'm not saying you should wait, but that's why it happens because men have dealt with some shit, and we just not the real emotional type to be like, I've been hurt, I've been hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just not. But so women probably would. So it's hard for guys to go out and do things and go overboard. But then again, one thing I'll say this too: one man that leads spiritually, he learns to let that guard down, and to lead spiritually, the woman will subsequently let her guard down, and that's so important. That's why I think the spiritual leadership is so important. And I'm not saying, hey, let's go to church. Let's go to church. I'm not saying that every Sunday, 'cause but it's just like honestly, just having faith. And I think that's a lot of relationships lack that, and a lot of men
I agree.
need that to lead women.
I agree.
Like, so some of the guys you met, how many guys asked you, "Hey, do you believe in God?" Have you get asked that question on a regular, or have you ever?
Yes, more so recently.
Oh,
A couple, yeah. So I'm
mm.
like, okay, we're getting somewhere.
oh,
Progress.
oh, wow,
But
that's
yeah, there's
progress.
been a few. Yeah.
That's a thing. I think that. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're a woman, so you know what you want to hear, what you're looking to hear, or looking to experience when you meet a guy. If you don't want to hear a guy talking, I'm not you're not gonna try to be the guy that's a reverend or whatever, but a guy that has faith. If a guy never mentions faith and a guy tells you he don't believe in God, what is your reaction? Are you into things right there as far as a date or anything once you find out he doesn't have a spiritual belief?
I feel like he has to be some type of like, he has to have some type of spiritual connection in some way. Even if it's you don't believe in God per se, but it's like a higher form, you got to believe in something, right?
Right.
Because I can honestly say I'm not religious, I'm more spiritual, but you know, it's something's out there. Like to think that we're here alone on our own, like that's insane. You know, I have kids, so I know that there
Right.
has to be something that exists, right? Higher than us. Um, so yeah, he has to be tapped into some type of different world, I guess. I don't know.
So and that's what key. So that's what key. You said it right. So that's what it takes a man with that spiritual leadership because you meet a guy, right? So I get up in the morning, I read the word and I start reading the Bible. So you get a guy that's reading something, that's doing something that you haven't been doing. You know what I'm saying? He puts you on. He be like, hey babe, do this. Let's read this, whatever. It takes the right person to bring you up. I think sometimes in relationships in the dating world, we find that person that we like and we lust on so much or we attract on so much physically, but they don't bring us up spiritually. They actually bring us down where we're not knowing because we're so locked in on the physical, on what we like, on this laugh. But the thing is, you can enjoy more laughs and you can enjoy all the other stuff, but long as he's lifting you up.
Right.
So, like, I think we settle. So, I'm gonna say for this country, or the United States, feminists destroyed a lot of women. I don't know if you agree or disagree. And this is why I say this: feminists destroy a lot of women. Like I understand equal rights and the drive for women to do better, do good, but feminists like they taught you to be independent and masculine. They taught you to be like disrespectful to men and not count on them. Like you can be in the driver's seat. So
Right.
a lot of women get in the driver's seat in this dating world. And these are some of the people that I come across. I came across before. A lot of women that drive a seat and they're like there, and you meet them and they're not getting out the fucking driver's seat, right? They're gonna sit in the driver's seat and tell your ass to get in the passenger seat, and they're gonna talk nuts to you and shit.
Okay, I got a take on that though. Because I'm the driver right now. You know why? Because like you said, there's too many guys wearing leggings. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. I want an alpha. I'm okay with him leading, but it has to come from a good place. Like I just can't allow someone to take over and they're not worthy of that. You know what I mean?
I get that. You just can't drive the car and just let any stranger drive it, and that's when you start to settle because you might
Right.
let
Exactly.
some low life drive it with no goals, no ambition, and guess what? He's gonna tear your car up and it's gonna be like shit as he drives on drive it.
Yep. Then
So
you're bending blocks and he's shooting out the
yeah, the
window.
window.
But yeah, so I feel like I'm willing to let him take over the driver seat, but he has to be worthy of that. Just not everyone gets that, shotgun access.
But he got to show you something new. So even as a man, I would admit, in my situation, I was already reading my Bible app. My lady exposed me to something a bit more. Like, let's study these scriptures together. So I'm like, I looked at it, I'm like, cool, let me do this. Because I was trying to read and I was trying to start from the beginning. And it's just like when you meet somebody, they expose you to something to uplift you. I think that women look at men to uplift them financially, and money is not a way to look at a dude to be uplifted
I agree.
from a financial status because they're looking at, I got this bag, I got this,
Yep.
I got that, fine and dandy.
Yeah.
But the most powerful thing, that's not the most powerful thing. But men present themselves. I got this BMW. I got
Right.
this.
See, for me, I've never been impressed by money
Mm,
because I can finance myself. You know what I mean?
right.
But some girls, that's their actual goal is to be taken care of. And I've seen it. And I actually have an episode on prenups. Y'all want to tap into prenups because a lot of people get married just for that meal ticket, right? Some, and it's not just towards my ladies. I'm not, trying to shit on them, but that's the reality. A lot of women try to find that meal ticket, but it also happens vice versa. I had this guy I was dating and he's like, I love to work. Like I want to get my own shit, my bag and retire early on.
Right.
He said, you like to work. How about you work? And I do the thing with the kids and, I do the whole, excuse me? What the fuck?
See? See?
like he's wearing leggings. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? But like, I was like, no, that's insane. That is insane. I am not going to be the bitch to take care of a man. I'm not. I got 2 kids, like I don't need a third. Like,
So
it's crazy to me.
he said that.
Yeah, he said, you like to work. How about you work? And I do the whole, taking the kids to sports and taking care of the house. And he cooks good. So he tried to convince me, Jay. I was like,
we got men like that out there trying to be the goddamn
it's I'm telling you, the pool is crazy.
Yeah, so man, that's gotta be a different man volunteering to be the
Yep.
female, and then that's
But I also, like I said, I have that episode on prenups where it's like you're just, some people are after that fucking meal ticket. Whoever's the breadwinner, they're going after whatever you got going on. That's why I'm like,
yeah.
I've been married, been there, done that. If I ever were to get married again, I think sign the motherfucking prenup because you're, life be lifing, right? And the reality is we hope to make it to the end together. But if it doesn't work, you're leaving with what you came in with. Because if you're a lazy ass, why are you entitled to half of what the fuck I built?
But okay, I'm gonna counter that real quick, right? So the prenups, when people sign prenups, they're not following the spiritual method of marriage, which a man's supposed to be leading anyway. A man that looks at a woman and we're trying to reverse God's role and try to play the woman's role, that is a sign, and it's a super red flag to me. Just by God, a red flag. So like, I've been married before, so to me to get married again, I admit when I was married before, I didn't do everything under God's will. I didn't follow God's will. I did the opposite of what the Most High wanted me to do. So it didn't work. And I was a man. I was supposed to lead. I was supposed to be a certain man. It didn't work. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I didn't do things God way. So I wanted to go the opposite way of doing what He wanted me to do. Having the mind frame I got right now is totally different. I don't really believe in a prenup because let me tell you something. You don't have to sit. You don't have to read the Bible 24/7. You can follow. You can have faith, but He will tell you what's right, what's wrong. Listen, you gotta listen to that brain because you know when people full of shit. You just know when they full of shit. You have to sit and talk to yourself. You have to sit and have that faith to be like, man, this ain't gonna work. Don't hope it works. When you hope it's going to work, he's telling you it's not going to work. When you're hoping, you're settling, you're wasting time. It's like you can't get that time back. You can't get that time back. So me for a prenup, if I had to go to a situation, I'm like, I get the prenup. I'm going to a situation. I have no faith, and I've done that before. It never worked because you walking in on eggshells when you sign a prenup. It because what I got don't even matter. If I'm in love with you, we finna ride this damn rocket together. We going in outer space together. We finna enjoy life.
Well, okay, Jay, but what if it doesn't, right? Because life be lifing. I got married thinking that that was gonna be it. Like we were locked in, and I'd rather, be separated and happy now than to be mistreated in my marriage and to be disrespected in my marriage and to be cheated on in my marriage. So when shit hits the fan in reality, like if you're not contributing, why does he get half of what I just built?
So when life be lifing,
Yeah.
that's when you let the Most High intervene and step in, and man has to take that ring, and he has to make the woman feel comfortable at all times. Think about this: nothing's picture perfect. If things was perfect, you wouldn't have teachers, you wouldn't have police officers in this world, you wouldn't have a lot of stuff in this world. If everybody's perfect, there would be nobody poor. There are decisions. The thing is, you make decisions two ways. And I know a lot of people don't believe in this, but I do. There's two ways you make a decision with faith, or the devil's gonna be on you, drive you to make another decision. Life be life. You're right. It does. Nothing is perfect. Those are the biggest challenges in a relationship. So when you come across those challenges, the man has to step up and form that communication, form that bond, because you become stronger when you become through the bad times. Like in the Bible, it said pain is good. It sounds weird, pain is good. When you go through pain, it shows a person's true nature and who they are. I told you about my situation with with my sons. So when the pain started to come and then the pain was like happening, that was a disappeared act. So you would know everything just from talking in the beginning and everything, but things are going to happen. It's how you handle situations, how you handle issues and problems, though. So the thing is, you gotta take note. You gotta talk to yourself. You gotta ask yourself. You gotta be like, man, is he? He's for me. He's this. He's that. You have to have these conversations. I know it's fear, but one thing you can't do is go into a relationship or go into any situation with fear, because right now you see today in society, even during a pandemic, fear causes death. People put themselves up in the house. They got depressed. A lot of people committed suicide. You can't do that with fear. You gotta do something with faith. You know what you was doing? Me and you, we was on those $75 flights. We was taking our
Right,
ass
we really were.
across the country.
South Beach.
Yes, right. We were living.
Yeah.
But guess
Yeah.
what? God had our
Some
back.
people took it and they were really in their feels and just depressed and yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
depressed and everything. Rat out with faith. I'm not with fear. The devil cannot control me no matter what. I'm not perfect. I do shit. I understand. But the devil will not control me. Leave with faith. Let me tell you another thing too. Your circle. Keep them hating ass people. We talked about that. Keep them haters
Yep.
out in our circle.
Have to.
You get something good, they be like, he ain't that good.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
ain't good for you. Because they want it. And
Yeah.
they gonna go get it.
Yep.
They gonna go get it. So you turn your back.
Yep.
You be like, damn, he ain't good for you. And they be like, you talk to so and so, so and so. They been they social, social media, the devil. They've been in social
Uh-huh.
media. And then you see them like, damn, why she liking his photo?
Right. Yep. And I say it. I say they're too intrigued to unfollow you, but they're too like they won't support you, but they're too intrigued to not unfollow you. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, they want to know what you got going on. They want to know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But that's man for you. Like feminists destroyed the woman, and this little movement. I don't want to go in details because I want them like it's a good show. I want to cancel the show. I can't believe you said this. We're gonna fucking cut this. But men are not men no more. You know, they created the feminists and they think they're men, and they made men think they women. So
Right.
in this country, it's quite the opposite is going on. And to like you get to date apps, right? That became a big thing over the pandemic, right? And I talked this before on previous shows. You got Bumble. I don't know what else some other dating apps you got. Because Bumble, like which I said this before, they forced a woman to interact and show interest first, right? Bumble. So with the dating apps, men are more free to do the bullshit they want. I can't, man, I'm trying to take up for y'all, but I can't help it. Y'all out there wild
It's
wearing
a lot.
naked.
It's a lot. They be wilding in my DMs. I'm like, Lord, just make it stop. Because you
So
know what's crazy is like if they really thought about sending that message, like reread it, sir. You know what I mean? Maybe you'd have a chance. And not trying to make myself sound like, but man, do better. Do better because you're not gonna get me talking like a creep.
they're like, hey, what you think? Let me rub the feet. Some feet look good. They have creep though. I, I got a message. I got a message for the people out there, especially men. If you married, you're not single. A lot of women get caught up with these dudes that's married, that's separated, and they tell they separated, and they try to convince the woman that, hey, we just live together. We're roommates.
Oh,
No,
I've
you're
heard that.
married.
I've heard that.
You're married, goddammit. You're not single. Get your ass out of that goddamn dating
Right.
world.
Yep, I've heard that before.
Like, what are you doing? I'm married. And you know what?
Yep.
Like, being married, I hate it so much. I have, fuck it. I don't care. I have friends. and, and they like, I met this guy, blah, blah, blah. And he's married, dog. And I'm like, why are you talking to him then? When they're not together, I'm like, so I ask these questions, right? Text messages, like, I'm gonna tell you something. You meet somebody, don't become a frequent text message person. You give a man or a woman
Right.
free reign to cheat. Am I right or wrong? I don't know. If it's
No,
text,
you're
if you
right.
texting and you establish that text is as your primary form of communication, you give people who's on bullshit an easy outlet to be on more bullshit.
Right.
So she's telling me a story. I'm like, how often y'all talk? Oh, we text now then. I said, no, 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 no. How often do y'all talk? Or we text? I said, no, that is not texting. It's
Pick
not.
up the phone. Let
Yes.
me see you.
FaceTime. Let me tell you something.
FaceTime.
I'm finna break all y'all motherfuckers game out there who out here fucking around.
Right.
FaceTime. If a dude could pick up your FaceTime,
He can't do it, Jay. You know why? Because his wife is next to him. That's what it is. Yeah, you're right.
He's
You're right. You're absolutely right.
hey, wait. Cheating ass motherfuckers be like, cheating dudes be like this. That fuck, you know how the iPhone come on. Damn, babe. Let me this Phil, let me answer this phone call. I'll be right back. What's up, babe? What's hey, and
It'd be bad.
people people watching this know that shit. I'm sorry, I tricked on some of y'all out there, but
Yeah,
that's
you giving up their secrets, Jay. What you doing?
they're like, what you doing? Or let me tell you something. I'm and you see this shit too. So like you texted through it, right? Like you text me. So if you got a text relationship, right? You motherfucker doing this bed, this lady right here. She don't pay attention. So she watched her fucking Desperate Housewives when this shit come on TV. He's back this like, who you talking to, man? Talk to the guy, they tripping and shit, you know.
Yep.
Yo, stop
It'd be
touching that fool.
It'd be
Press
bad.
that FaceTime button. See what his ass pick up. Like, hey, what's the most? I'm gonna ask you this question. What's the most shittiest excuse you got from a guy who didn't pick up his phone or FaceTime, whatever? What's the most like?
I was asleep. I was asleep. Like, motherfucker, you've been sleeping for the last 14 hours. Like, what are we doing? Like, no.
Do they answer the phone like, hey, what's up, babe?
No, they don't even answer. Like, I was asleep. I didn't feel my phone, please. That's a red flag. Red flag.
See, that's the shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's the shit in the dating world. So back to my story, I told her like, hey, tonight, when you talk to him, text him. If it's 9, 10 o'clock at night, press that FaceTime button. I was like, press that damn FaceTime button to see what happened. She's like, okay. So the next day, I saw her. Just, why you answering the phone? She was like, I can listen to you. I said, hey, you can't give a fucking person the easy way out. Like, because what happened is he was texting her. I said, in the midst of texting him back and forth, text him. He's gonna be typing.
Surprise! Call
Yeah,
him.
hit that FaceTime button. You know what? He answered on accident when it's FaceTime her. So it came up. So she said she saw him, and the wife was like, "Oh, they're in bed right now." And she's like, "You heard who the fuck is that?" Oh shit, you know what I'm saying? My phone froze or some bullshit she made up, whatever. And it's like, I told you, you get answers by just
Right.
having talking to people.
Right.
That shit. Accent.
You know what it is too? I feel like I know that I'm single. So if you're approaching me, you're single. Because why would I think otherwise? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like I don't have to do all that, but apparently we fucking do. We really do.
And that's because of my analogy, a guy could throw his fucking fish rod in a fucking lake and catch him a bunch of fish. And that's
I'm like, I don't want that motherfucking fish. I don't want to keep that.
You gotta realize when you catch his ass, you're like, nah, fuck that. I set up this. She throw that shit back in the water. It's just, dudes be out here. That's how it be. Like, yeah, my baby mama. That's my roommate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I've heard that.
And we take the book. Here's the thing: a real man that's legit interested in you, when you're stranded or you have a flat tire or something, that go-to guy.
Right. Can I call you? Because if I can't call you, then I have no business laid up with you. Yep. I hear you. I hear you, Jay.
Exactly. Yep. When you call, that person has to be a go-to. He has to be available.
Right.
That shows his interest and how much he cares in you and how much he want to protect you. Because if he sees and knows that you're stranded or something's going on, or you drink at the bar, don't want to drive, or the girls are too drunk to drive, you don't feel safe.
Right.
Get off his ass.
Yeah. He'll pull up on you and be like, give me them keys. We going home.
You going home. Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
If he tells you, nah, you good, I can't. Or don't answer the phone to see the voicemail. Don't take that as, oh, he was tired. Oh, he had to work in the morning. Because a true man don't give a shit on what time he got to work in the morning. He's going to make sure you're safe.
And then we start making excuses for them. We start giving them that leeway.
Exactly. Yes.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Don't make excuses for these motherfuckers. They're grown men.
Right.
A man that wants you will pursue you and won't make you available in the market. He ain't gonna make you ain't finna be single long. He's finna pursue you. He's gonna be in your shit every day. Hey, good morning. He's gonna bring your coffee. He's gonna start doing the shit that makes a woman feel gullible. He ain't looking for you to make him feel gullible because he's the man. He's gonna do shit the traditional way, the way that it's written. He's gonna do it that way. So women, though, today, they do things to make a man feel gullible. And they act like little bitches because of that. And they can't lead a household. They're looking for a woman to cook. And they're not looking to cater to a woman. It's married men out here that are the biggest bitches in the world that have their wife taking care of them and disrespecting their wife and making them feel loved. And guess what their wife do? Make all the excuses in the world for them. But for what? A real man, you don't have to make excuses for. Right. His actions will show.
Right. I was in a certain situation with my ex-husband, and he ended up losing his job. And I was like, you know what? We're a team. I'm a take, I'm a step in because I have to, right? It's on me right now because you're down and out. Now, I tell you, Jay, it lasted 5 years. 5 years. And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like, I just didn't put two and two together. I was just on hustle mode. But it's like he just took advantage. He just kicked back. You know what I mean? And it's like I made excuses because I thought as a wife, I'm his rider. I gotta, ride this wave with you. But when you're not applying yourself to try to get us out of a certain jam, and you're just trying to like live off of me pretty much, it was like, what the fuck are we doing here? So Yes, like it's I
Go
don't
the
know.
Leggings man we talked about. The Leggings man.
Yeah, it's like no, man. I'm with you. Like we can ride a wave, but like how far we gotta take that wave without you getting off your ass?
Yeah, you see a man doing the opposite. So that's a sad. I'm gonna read this comment Ashley put, and I'm just getting to it. She said it's sad we have to ask if they are really single.
Yes.
But this is why you gotta ask if they're really single. Society is painted this way, right? Women are tied. Women, so like feminists made women be like this masculine, this strong force, right? Independent. Women are actually tired of this shit, and they really want to settle down. But to be independent and masculine, you got to take on all these forces that God didn't build you to be. You can take on it, but to constantly battle this shit every day, you wasn't built to do that. So that a lot of women want to settle down. And when you want to settle down, you have to ask these guys, are you really single? Their response, their stutterness, or whatever their response will let you know right away. That's
Right.
one of the things you have to ask these guys, like, what's going on? Guys will lie about being in relationships. Guys will lie about their financial status or whatever. But when a guy is trying to lead you from a spiritual perspective, which is rare, it should be open up an eye. Regardless of what you believe in, it's something to pay attention to and kind of like become very observant of because of that because you just it's just rare right now. Guys is just not the same. They're not old school. They want for the woman to take care of them and everything, and that's
And
what.
I don't like being like that masculine, like that masculine energy. I don't want to be like this, but until the right one approaches me and he can lead, I'm not letting my guard down just to settle
Right.
with whoever isn't worthy of that.
No, never settle. Never settle because settling could be like, uh, especially
It'd
in
be
this climate.
miserable.
Y'all be going out with matching leggings on and everything, matching purses and shit. They be like, "This my man right here." I'm like,
You sure?
like shit. This is a fucking a
Right.
butch relationship. Last relationship. What kind of man? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I've seen that before though. No lie. I've seen a couple out. I don't. I don't want to get canceled. So I won't say, but I've seen a couple out before, and they. God, it was terrible. The jean leggings. I just could not forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, man, that men strong. Okay, no judgment pass, but I don't think a woman wants a man dressing like they do.
Right.
I don't know. It could be wrong.
No, you're absolutely right. I had someone approach me and his vibe was cool and everything, but I could not look past his motherfucking jeans. They were too
Weird
tight.
they tight.
Oh man, they were so tight. I was like, oh, I can't get past it. I can't.
That's society. As we
He
talked
had
about.
everything too. He was stable. He had the looks. Everything was cool. The vibes were great. It's just like, what? Why are your pants so tight? It was bad. That's just society today, though.
Few things to look out for. This is me making shit up. So I ain't read this no book. This is some me shit I see. Women, watch out for closet dudes. When the minute she tried to talk to her, had those tight jeans, might have had everything, but had things in the closet as well. Watch out for those. Number two, abusive guys. I'm talking about the verbally abusive guys who try to control women and guess how much income they bring in a month.
Mm-hmm.
They don't bring in enough to call any shots or whatever. And they're not trying to make a way and grow. They're just stuck on where they at, but they want to be very abusive. Watch
Mm-hmm.
out for those. Three, watch out for the guys who don't have nothing and cheat because y'all take care of them and they don't have a job. They sit at home all day while you're working. They're not really doing house chores and doing all that stuff they normally do. You have been taking care of them and their side chick. So watch out for the broke cheaters. The broke motherfucking cheaters. Watch
Yep.
out for cheaters in general, but the broke ones, because you'll be taking care of them and a side chick and everything. That's
Mm-hmm. And he uses your car to drive her around.
oh my
He
goodness.
using your whip, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
So we come up on an hour. I want you to tell the people how to tune into your podcast and where to go? Like, how can they tune into you? Let them know.
So I'm pretty much on almost all platforms, all streaming platforms. I'm on Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. The only thing I'm not on right now is Apple. We got a meeting with Apple soon because they trying to treat a girl. But everything else, you guys can find me at the Just Yeee Show. And pretty much on TikTok, I'm under its_Yee.
Hey, go check her out. I checked out some of the stuff. It's pretty dope, pretty dope. And she got some other stuff. I ain't gonna talk about it, but she got some other stuff she's looking at doing that y'all will see later. I was pretty excited when she told me. I'm like, that's gonna be dope.
Mm-hmm. And I'm constantly going live at least once a day. I go live on TikTok too, so y'all could tap in and chop it up. I do Q&As on my lives. I like to feed off of my audience too, so like I try to get certain topics going, and then I'll make a whole episode on it, just to kind of like give you guys feedback on what you guys are fucking with too.
All right. So as us Life Grind, we got the wine tour that we're doing before we start the next season, and I told you about that. So she gonna be coming out with us on the wine tour. For those who want to come out on the wine tour and get toe up and everything, we're gonna be doing a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? We got some big things coming up. We always gotta get up and grind in the morning show. So y'all stay tuned because it's gonna be more projects we're doing, but we ain't telling y'all now to stay tuned to what we're doing, y'all. Hey, the Jay Hendo Show. Thanks for coming on, and we're doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, always
come on my show. Season 2. I'm dropping season 2 July 2nd, so we gotta work something out in between time.
We do. It's gonna be more stuff coming. Y'all stay tuned. Say good night, y'all. Hey, you know the guys gonna be in your DM.
Nah, man, I'm done. I block them.
Hey guys, before I go, I gotta say some shit. Get y'all scuba diving equipment, put it on your flippers, and go in Yee's inbox and jump up.
No, don't encourage them. Yo, then you know what? They get mad at me because they're like, you left me on red. Well, sir, that conversation didn't seem like it was going anywhere. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Jay Hendo Show, y'all. Good night, y'all. Peace. Good night, you guys.